Reading with your kids.
Hola, ni hao, konnichiwa, assalamu alaikum, shalom, mahaba, moni muliwanji, namaste, jambo, bienvenidos. Hi, my name is Dali, and this is the Reading with Your Kids podcast. We're coming to you from the beautiful neighborhood of Reedville in the southwest corner of Boston, Massachusetts. We're so delighted and so very honored that you are joining us in our mission to help families grow closer through reading. Please be sure to subscribe to the show on the iHeartRadio app, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher Radio, Ghana, Himalaya, wherever you find your podcast. Our guest today is Priya Kumari. She is here to celebrate Leaf Talks Peace. Before we invite Priya into the studio, we want to invite you to connect with us on social media. So many places to connect with us. Facebook.com/readingwithyourkids. At Reading With Your Kids on Instagram. At Jedley Magic on Twitter. We have a great Pinterest page, Reading With Your Kids. And, of course, you can connect with us on our website, readingwithyourkids.com. We have a handy-dandy contact button at the top of the page. You can use that to let us know what you love about the podcast. Let us know what we could do better. And let us know who we should have on an upcoming episode of the show. And we're coming to TikTok. I don't know what I'm going to do on TikTok. And I need your help. And you can let us know what I should do on TikTok by going to readingwithyourkids.com and clicking on the contact button and letting me know. And you can also sign up for our free newsletter. Join us right now from the center of one of my favorite states in the world, the Garden State of New Jersey. Our guest today is here to celebrate a soon-to-be-released beautiful picture book. It's available for pre-order right now. It's called Leaf Talks Peace. Please welcome to the show, Priya Kumari. Hey, Priya, how are you?
Hi, Jedli. Thank you for having me here. I'm good, and I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you here, too. Tell me, did New Jersey get a lot of snow over the weekend?
Yeah. It was beautiful snow, though, because there was no wind, and it was falling like you were in a movie. So, nice day to go out.
I know there's so many people who are on the show who live in parts of the country and parts of the world where they don't get snow, and they always say, oh, it looks so beautiful and it's so wonderful. And I'm like, yeah, until you have to shovel it and it gets dirty.
Yeah. And yesterday it was like there was no accumulation on roads, which was kind of good. So it was pleasant snow.
But, you know, it kind of brings up something that it's important for us and for us to teach our kids to. Things don't always go our way, but there is a way to see the beauty in just about every circumstance.
Sure. True. Very true.
Yeah. So I want to ask you to tell us about Leaf Talks Peace. And then I'm going to ask you about the person who wrote the foreword for you, because I'm pretty excited about that. So first, tell us about Leaf Talks Peace, please.
So Leaf Talks Peace is about spreading Buddha's message of living in harmony with all beings and nature. So just in simple word, it explains kids that everything is interdependent on each other. So the concept of interdependent origination of life is presented in a very subtle way. So the seed is already planted in kids when they are young. And when they grow up to be compassionate and mindful citizens. So that's the purpose, and how the book does it is through an episode of Buddha's life. So there is an episode of Buddha's life where he sat under a Bodhi tree, and in a Bodhi tree leaf, in a peepal leaf, he sees the sun, earth, air, water, space, time, everything in a single leaf. And then he gave this message that so many elements come together to give life to a leaf. That is how everything is on earth, and everything is interdependent. So we can only thrive on this planet, on this earth, if we live together in harmony with all the elements, with every being and nature. So that is the whole concept from this episode. And that, to make it interesting, I wrote it from the perspective of a leaf, and I named it Harmony. So in the entire book, the leaf is speaking.
Wonderful.
And and it has beautiful illustrations with leaf talking, and the eyes are very expressive. So I hope it speaks to the kids and they understand this easy yet difficult yet easy concept.
I think I'm certainly not an expert, but I've done a lot of studying into my own religion and to other religions, and it seems that the central core teaching of Christianity, of Islam, of Judaism, of Buddhism, of Hindu, is this idea of love and living in harmony. And it seems it only gets complicated. I think it only gets complicated when somebody wants to use religion to hurt other people.
Yes, very true. So the entire, everything is based on humanity, right? Like the message of peace and compassion. And it's very true that all religion teach that. Yet sometimes we misinterpret things and we try to hurt each other. So if we work on ourselves, our kids, definitely a world can be a better place.
Yeah. Now, I definitely want to dive deeper into the book because I think that this is a great way to introduce all kids. And I really encourage families, it doesn't matter if you're Christian or Jewish or Muslim, get to know all the different faiths and religions because there are central truths that are, there are certainly truths that are in all of those different faiths. And I think if we help our kids see that, then that's the first step is okay, so we got a lot more in common than we have separate.
Yes, for sure. So, and in a multicultural environment we live in today, that is really, really important that kids are aware of other sentiments, like what they believe in, so that they don't hurt it and they are mindful of whom they are talking to, about what they are talking to. That's really important in this environment.
Yeah. Now, and again, I want to take a deep dive into the book. But first, I have to mention, I saw that you got a pretty busy guy to write the foreword of your book. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. So the foreword of the book is written by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And I don't have words to explain how much I am grateful and thankful to him. So I believe he loved the book because somehow I managed to submit the book back last year, asking for a review quote, if he liked the book, if he could write a review. And I heard back after 2 months saying that he wrote a foreword. So I would like to believe that he liked the book. And it's the first time this message has been written for kids. And I'm really excited about that too. And many other Buddhist personalities, like His Holiness the Taisi Tupa, he also endorsed the book. So I'm sure it will connect with people, and not only of Buddhist faiths, but all faiths, because it doesn't talk about Buddhism as a religion. It only talks about what it teaches us. And all religion teaches us the same thing.
Yeah. So because I think that Buddhism is one of those faiths that everybody is aware of.
Yes.
But people don't really understand it. They see the statue of Buddha and they know, it's meditation and Asian-y and that's about as far as they go. So can you tell us, give us a little foundational knowledge of Buddhism, please?
So, for Buddhism for me is more of culture than religion. It's the mindset you're brought up in, and the simple mindset you're brought up in is being compassionate towards everything. So towards every being, towards animals, towards nature and everything. And once you have a compassionate eyes, you will automatically grow up to become a good human being. And then how do we create this atmosphere of mindfulness? So a simple way of doing that is practicing meditation. which Buddhism again talks about, like meditate. So it's nothing, it doesn't have to be very complex thing like the word meditation people think as. It can be simple 5-minute breathing exercise, just focusing on your breath. And that will help you concentrate more on things and focus more on things and relax you in the fast life we are living in today. So very simple, be compassionate, and if you find time in this busy world, meditate and focus on your breath so that it relaxes you and also make you more mindful and focus on things.
Yeah. And I think that's that whole idea of taking a break, there's been loads and loads of studies out there. All of us want our kids to do well in school. They want us to do well in the activities that they're taking part in. And sometimes when kids are frustrated with something, I know parents are like, no, keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. And maybe when your kids are really frustrated at something, the message we should give them is, you're close, so let's take a minute to breathe, take a break, get off this focus of this problem that you're trying to solve. Take a breath, take a moment to breathe, meditate, just clear your mind. And then when you get back to it, wow, it's like magic. Well, the answer is right there. It was sitting there all along. You just couldn't see it.
Yes, that's true. So that's what I was trying to say. Like just 5 minutes of break or focusing on your breath can also make a lot of difference in daily life. So I'm sure like we can take out 5 minutes for meditation a day and make that difference and see that difference in our lives. And it affects the people around us also. So that will not only affect you, but the entire world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We talk about how it's important to teach kids that, little simple actions can make a big difference in the world.
Yes.
And certainly helping our kids understand that their lives will be better and fuller if they meditate, if they take time to relax, become more mindful, to understand that they are part of everything, that they are beautifully created. That's going to ultimately help make the world a better place.
Yes, sure, for sure. So they have to be in the moment they are, other than thinking of 100 things at a time. So if they live in the moment they are, certainly it will help to create a happier world.
Yeah.
And the seed can be planted easily to a child than a grown-up. Mm-hmm. So as parent, our responsibility is to implant that seed in a child so that they have a better life when they go home. Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about what it means to be beyond mindful, like that whole idea of focusing on the moment and what's going around and not worried about, I don't have this, I don't have that, I need to get this done and that and that. How do we help our kids achieve that?
So, if I talk about Buddhism in particular, to overcome this, dukkha, the sufferings, Buddha gave 8-fold paths. So that is right action, speech, livelihood, right effort, mindfulness, meditation, all this. So in simple words, when I put these 8-fold paths for kids, you might not go to each one individually, right? Simple thing is just be a good human. Mm-hmm. And that's what I try to teach my kids. Like the values which we give them as a parent is very, very important. The value of responsibility, duty towards yourself, around, duties towards people around you and the society at large. So once you are a good human, everything will fall in place automatically. And then there are stress moments, there are meltdowns for kids. It is very important to take a break. So breathing exercises will help them a lot. Yoga can help them a lot to calm them up, and that will make them more mindful and how to focus, because that is also training your mind in a way. If you can't focus on things, you can train your mind to focus on things. Mm-hmm. And how do we do that? Is doing simple breathing exercises or yoga, and all these things can be made fun.
Yeah.
It's not difficult. Like a simple thing I can say, which we practice at home, is staring at each other. Like we in India, we used to play this game daily with friends, like who can stare longer at each other. Just staring without blinking. And now when you listen to all these mindfulness talks, you see that this is a very powerful exercise for mindfulness.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have to be a sitting asana where you're sitting and just concentrating. You can come up with fun ways to make your kids more focused, staring on each other, or just pretending to be a tree and on one leg, like the tree pose, which you say. And they will fall, they'll try to balance, and ultimately they'll balance well. So that is also a very good way to create focus. Because, like for me, doing a tree pose is pretty simple. For my son, it's not. He's 7. So if you practice, it becomes very simple because they'll keep falling, they'll keep trying, and then ultimately they'll master it. And that is a great way to learn to focus. So simple things which can be very interesting, very family friendly, like even at play dates, you can do these.
Yeah. I'm excited. I definitely want to talk to you a little bit about your Kickstarter campaign, the way people can pre-order Leaf Talks Peace. But before we do, we've mentioned this person, Buddha. I think a lot of people have this misconception that Buddha is a god that we worship. And can you tell us, Buddha actually lived, is that right?
Yes. So Buddha was actually a prince. He was born in Lumbini, so now it's in Nepal. And he left his palace to meditate and to find answers for sufferings, like why do people suffer? And when I say suffering, it doesn't mean that people are just immensely in pain always, but any kind of suffering, like you're always you're not content with things, you're not happy. Like, why is life like this? And he went to meditate, and then he attained enlightenment, and he got answers to all his questions. And he then went about preaching the world how to attain nirvana, how to be happy. And he talked about the eightfold paths, that how we can be free from sufferings.
Yeah.
So yes, he was a human. And then, like, I was born and raised in foothills of Himalayas, which is my house was situated right across a Buddhist monastery. Like in India, what we see is if a human, if he does great things, we just divinize him. We call him God. So Buddha is also a God for us. And when we say God, it's not like someone is just floating around in air, but it is a human who did great things, great service to the society, and reached that level that now he is God and no longer just a normal human being. And we all have that inside. So we have a Buddha inside us also.
Interesting. And I also know, I think one of the things that I was surprised to learn, I always associate, mainly because I would most often see a Buddha outside of a Chinese restaurant. And there are lots of people who practice Buddhism in China and other Asian countries, but it didn't originate, the practice didn't originate in China. It originated in India. Is that right?
India. Yes. So from India, it went to like all over Asia, China, Japan, Mongolia, Russia. So it went Indonesia, everywhere. So Buddhism went everywhere. King Ashoka did a lot to spread Buddhism around Asia, like everywhere.
Yeah. So let's talk just about the Kickstarter project. I love Kickstarter projects. I think it's a great way for a family to kind of make a decision and say, yeah, we like this idea. We think this would be a great book. We'd love to help lots of kids get this book, get lots of families to add it to their family library. Where can people go to learn more about the book, to learn more about you, and to be part of the Kickstarter campaign?
Yeah, so the best part of doing a Kickstarter campaign is the whole project page we get on Kickstarter. It talks about the story behind the story, why is it important to the world, and all the bits that is there, like a video of me explaining why the book is important to me, to get out in the world. So all that, and it can be found at bit.ly Leaf Talks piece. So if you just type https bit.ly bit.ly Leaf Talks piece, you can go to Kickstarter and also search Leaf Talks piece, and the project will come up.
Yeah. And I know with Kickstarter campaigns, there are different levels of participation. Some people can go on and I don't know what the numbers are in your campaign, but some people can just give a little bit and say, I just want to support you and not expect a reward. Others can pre-order the book, and then others can. There are some rewards that are even bigger than just receiving the book. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yes. So in my Kickstarter campaign, I have a paperback option for India, so that it's more affordable because of the price point difference in US and India. And then there is a hardcover which is available in India and US for, like, all my tiers are available in India, US, free, without any shipping charges, and all around the world with shipping charges. And there are packages for hardcovers, and I have made combination of my other book also, the ABCs of Virtue, which again is book on values, like the name says. So it has 26 alphabets, English alphabets, and along with that, 26 virtues, like A is for active, B is for brave, C is for confident, D is for beautiful. So I made combination with that book as well, because I thought parents who like Leaf Talks piece will also love to have ABCs of Virtue. So that option is there. And then there are classroom packages where school can buy bulk, book in bulk and avail discount. And there is a free author visit also, and I can read the story to kids. There is a publisher package. So I am also a publisher at Eternal Tree Books. I'm the founder of Eternal Tree Books, and I publish for all ages. I publish books inspired by Indic values and culture. So I can always offer my services on how to establish a publishing business or how to publish a book. So that is there for authors and aspiring publishers. And then there is a package for donations. So those packages I'm very, very excited about, because I really hope someone backs them. And then if I get to choose the organization, I will donate the books to Tibetan refugee children in India. And there is an option that they can take the delivery of books, or they can also donate to any organization they want. But yeah, if I'll donate like 120 books to Tibetan refugee children in India.
That's
so
wonderful.
Keeping the fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, we want to encourage everybody to check out the project, check out the campaign, and of course, check out Priya's website. It's eternaltreebooks.com, is it?
Yes.
Yes. So eternaltreebooks.com. That's where you can go to find out all about Leaf Talks piece and the other books that were created by our guest, Priya Kumari. Hey, Priya, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dali. I really appreciate you, giving me so much time to speak about my book and project and my passion and mission. Thank you.
Please be sure to join us for the next episode of the Reading with Your Kids podcast. We have two great guests celebrating one fantastic book. Jane Zosmer is returning to the show to celebrate the book that she wrote. It's called Maxine's Critters Gets the Vaccine Jitters. And she'll be joined by her illustrator, Corlette Douglas. This is a wonderful, wonderful interview. It was just so much fun, and Colette and Jan it was really the first extended conversation that they had together, and they just had so much fun speaking with each other, and I had so much fun speaking with them both, and you are going to have a blast listening. That's the next episode of the podcast. Hey, if you are an author of a fantastic children's book, we would love to help you celebrate your book and let the whole world know all about it. There's so many different ways we can help you celebrate your book. You can be a guest on the podcast. Imagine having a chance to sit down and have a long-form conversation where you get to tell the world all about your book. Tell them about what the book is all about the inspiration for the book, a little bit about you. And check this out. it doesn't cost you a thing. It's really fun. It's really easy. And like I said, it doesn't cost a thing. No need to pay anybody to facilitate your visit. You can also find out about our Certified Great Read program. If you submit your book and our panel believes that your book is worthy of 4 or 5 out of 5 stars, it becomes a Certified Great Read. And with that status comes a number of really powerful tools that can help your book stand out from the crowd of literally thousands of books that are published every single month. Oh, and you can also take part in our monthly promotion program. We can celebrate your book through commercials on the podcast, shout outs to our 75,000 plus social media followers, and display your book on our nationwide network of digital pedestrian billboards. Learn all about that and more by going to our website, readingwithyourkids.com, clicking on the Authors Click Here button at the top of the page, and scrolling on down to the various services. I want to thank the folks who made today's show so wonderful. Of course, I want to start by thanking our guest, Priya Kumari. Please be sure to check out her Leaf Talks Peace Kickstarter page. Also want to thank my team, Alejandra Doherty, Fatima Khan, Rory Grady, Skylar Sprouse, Frank Garrios. I want to thank my beautiful wife for all the support she gives me. Most of all, we all want to thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. And as always, thank you so very much for taking the time to make the world a better place by reading with your kids. I'll be looking for you in the next edition of the Reading with Your Kids podcast.